What's up, guys? It's time for me to make my next video. We got the Eagles taking on the Washington football team. Folks, Washington was humiliated last Sunday night in Dallas. They lost by 42 points. They still technically have a shot at getting into the playoffs, but I think the Eagles will end their season. Philly is currently locked in at that number 7 seed. If they win out, they control their own destiny and will secure a playoff spot. I got the Eagles. Next up, we got the Panthers taking on the Saints. I don't love either of these quarterback situations. Sam Darnold is back in as the starter for the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton just got benched for good, and it looks like the Cam Newton era, not only in Carolina, will be over, but the Cam Newton era in the NFL is now over. On the other side, Taysom Hill isn't a franchise quarterback. He's not even a starting caliber NFL QB. But the Saints are at home. They lost earlier to Carolina this season, and he's an upgrade over Ian Book, who started on Monday night last week. Give me the Saints. Next up, we got the Bucks taking on the Jets. Folks, the Jets have doubled their win total. That being said, I expect Tampa to win this matchup. Tom Brady will keep the pedal to the metal. Tampa Bay still has a shot at getting the number 2 seed in the NFC behind Green Bay. If the Cowboys or the Rams lose one of their next 2 matchups, Tampa Bay instantly moves up if they can close out the season strong, and I expect them to do so. Next up, we got the Titans taking on the Dolphins. Miami beat New England in week 1 of the season. Then they lost 7 straight games. It's time to clean house. Brian Flores needs to go. Chris Greer could also pack his bags. Tua isn't the quarterback of the future. We're all in on Deshaun Watson. Miami found a way to win 7 straight games. They're currently 8-7. And if the season ended today, they would be in the playoffs. That being said, I think this team has a little bit of fool's gold written all over it. They haven't really beaten anyone with the exception of New England and Baltimore, and both of those teams have limitations. The Ravens haven't been healthy all season long. That game was also played in Miami. They beat New England in week 1, but the Patriots, that was Mac Jones' first start. The Patriots had some key turnovers, and I believe if both of those teams meet again, which they will in week 18, New England will come out on top. This week, they're going up against a tough test. The Tennessee Titans, without Derrick Henry, still have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and I expect their running game to get it going. If Tennessee can win out and Kansas City slips up, Tennessee still has a shot at getting the bye, which is vital, because if Derrick Henry can come back, this team has a chance to make a Super Bowl run. Next up, we got the Jaguars taking on the Patriots. Everyone wants to sell their stock on the Patriots. This team got exposed. They don't have the legit number 1 receiver. They just lost to Indy and Buffalo. Folks, I may have overrated the Patriots after they beat Buffalo on Monday Night Football, maybe even before that. But this is still a really good team that has the potential to win a playoff game, and they will handle the Jaguars on Sunday. The Jags are the worst team in the NFL. Give me the Patriots. Next up, we got the Raiders taking on the Colts. Jonathan Taylor has been on fire this season. Last year, he absolutely cooked the Las Vegas defense. I expect him to keep it going. Give me Indy against Vegas. Next up, we got the Chiefs taking on the Bengals. This could be the biggest game of the week. You have 2 of the best young QBs in the AFC. Patrick Mahomes going up against Joe Burrow. I love what Joe Burrow has done in Cincinnati. Nobody expected the Bengals to potentially win the AFC North going into the season. However, This team lacks experience. They're going up against the best team in the conference and arguably the best team in the NFL. I have to give the Chiefs the edge here just due to their experience. I love the way the defense is playing and the offense has figured it out. Give me Kansas City. Next up, we got the Giants taking on the Bears. Folks, both of these teams have had disappointing seasons. That being said, Chicago is at home and I expect them to win this game. Next up, we got the Bills taking on the Falcons. Folks, last week, Josh Allen may have had his best game ever. He was absolutely sensational against the Patriots defense. And if the Bills can get that version of Josh Allen, Buffalo is a legit Super Bowl contender. On the other side, Atlanta is still technically alive for a playoff spot. That being said, they lost to San Francisco earlier this season. They also lost to Philadelphia. They're going up against one of the best teams in the AFC, and I just don't see them getting a playoff spot. Give me the Bills. Next up, we got the Texans taking on the 49ers. Folks, Trey Lance is now making his second start. If the 49ers win this game and Jimmy G is cleared to play next week against Los Angeles, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm still sticking with Trey Lance. It's time to go to the rookie. Jimmy G has been an injury waiting to happen. I said this before I made my Super Bowl 54 prediction. Jimmy G isn't the guy that can get the job done. Not to say he can't be a bridge quarterback, but ultimately the Niners need to ride with Trey Lance, especially after the way Jimmy G played on Thursday night. I don't want to hear Kyle Shanahan say, Trey Lance isn't ready. We promised that Jimmy would start the entire season. No, enough of that. Let Trey Lance go. If he's good, he's good. If he's bad, he's bad. You have time to fix those issues next season. Just get him out there and see what he is. On the other side, the Texans pulled off the upset of the week against the Chargers. I don't see them doing it this week. Give me the 49ers. Next up, we got the Ravens taking on the Rams. Lamar Jackson is limping at practice. That being said, I think the Rams are due for a loss. They almost lost to Arizona on Monday night. Minnesota had a shot at beating them last week and couldn't get the job done. I think Baltimore finds a way after getting humiliated both offensively and defensively last week to band together and fight for their playoff hopes. Give me the Ravens in a shocking upset. Next up, we got the Chargers taking on the Broncos. Denver is currently banged up. The Chargers are getting healthy. That being said, the Chargers let me down in a big spot last week. I picked up their defense in fantasy football, and they got me -5 points. Just blows my mind how the Chargers lost to the Texans last Sunday. I didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming. Nobody saw that coming. And the Chargers may have closed the door on their playoff hopes. That being said, Denver is banged up and they aren't a very good football club. Give me the Chargers. Next up, we got the Lions taking on the Seahawks. This could potentially be Russell Wilson's final game in Seattle. I expect him to beat the hapless Lions. Give me the Seahawks. Next up, America's Game of the Week. We got the Cowboys taking on the Cardinals. Arizona has been in a slump ever since that Thursday night football game against the Green Bay Packers. This team just hasn't been right. They haven't been healthy. The chemistry hasn't been there. And for some odd reason, they have fallen. They were the #1 seed in the NFC. It looked like they were going to have home field. Now they're the #5 seed. They can still win the NFC West, but they're going to have to win out and hope the Rams slip up. On the other side, The Cowboys had a phenomenal win last week, but I believe it's fool's gold. They beat a team without a name. Now they're going up against Arizona, who is furious after losing 3 straight games. I believe the Cardinals will bounce back. This team just has too much talent to lose a 4th straight game. Give me the Cardinals. Finally, Sunday Night Football. We got the Packers taking on the Vikings. If Kirk Cousins was under center, we could have a different story. That being said, he won't play because he tested positive for COVID-19, and even with Kirk Cousins, it would have been tough for Minnesota to go to Green Bay and upset Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. The Packers will win this game on Sunday and clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC. I got Green Bay. Last game of Monday night all year long, we got the Steelers taking on the Browns, and what could be Big Ben's final game in Pittsburgh. Will the Steelers win this game in order to give Big Ben one last home win, in order to give Mike Tomlin and Big Ben a shot to keep their streak of no losing seasons alive? They will not. The Cleveland Browns had extra time to prepare for this matchup. I just don't love the Steelers' offense. Cleveland will run the football, keep Ben on the sidelines. I expect this to be a defensive battle, and I think the Browns will will end up winning this game on Monday. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and hopefully leave a comment down below. Thanks, guys.